Welcome to Cooking with Rorius.
I think this is the best lighting that I'm gonna get. Hey guys, Rorius here. This has taken a while to set up. Welcome to Cooking with Rorius. Today I thought we'd do something very different and we'd have an IRL cooking video. What kind of logic is that? I've done a lot of prep, a lot of setup today, purely because I don't know whether my recording stuff's gonna work properly. I don't know how good the audio from the camera is. It's my phone. I've got my Yeti here, just in case. I've got this wireless mic, just in case as well. All things going well. This is a video to celebrate the fact that we have 300 subscribers on the channel now. Yay! Also, body reveal. Who knew that I was fat? Oh, who knew my hair reached down my ass? Okay, so, what are we making, you might ask? Well, a few weeks ago, months ago now maybe, I was watching a YouTube channel by the name of Vidiots. There was a recipe book that was released for Fallout, a whole lot of foods and things that come from that game, you know, in the world of Fallout. And one of the recipes, of course, as you'd expect, is Nuka Cola, and how you can make your own Nuka Cola. So, I thought we'd try and give it a shot. Their video, of course, due to the nature of their channel, they kind of royally screwed up the recipe. I'm gonna try and make this properly. I don't know how well this will go, but yeah, let's give it a shot.
So the ingredients we're going to need are 2 cups of water, 3 cups of sugar, the zest and juice of half an orange, lime and lemon, 1 cinnamon stick, 3 cardamom pods, half a teaspoon of coriander seed, 2 star anise, 1/4 cup of browning sauce, which we don't have in New Zealand, so I'm going to be using treacle, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla bean extract.
I got this recipe from a screenshot from their video. I'll put the picture that I got, the screenshot that I got, onto the screen now, just in case you want to see it all written down, and it's got the method and stuff like that on it as well. So you start by combining 2 cups of water in a saucepan. I know this isn't a normal kind of saucepan, but this is probably the best thing we have for what we need to do here. And 3 cups of sugar. There we go. And then we need to halve these citrus fruits, all of them. We should have 3 fruit halves. So now we need to zest the citrus fruit. Unfortunately, this is the smallest zester that I have. It's like a peeler / zester thing. Whatever the case, I'll speed through this. So once you've done all the zesting, you add a cinnamon stick. Can you even see that? Next up you add 3 cardamom pods. Now these were really hard to come by for me personally. We don't really get much of this, but luckily we had some left over from a long time ago. Unfortunately that does mean that they're a little old, these ones, so the flavour might not come through. If you can get like nice fresh cardamom pods, that would be much better, but yeah, these are gonna have to do for me. And then half a teaspoon of coriander seeds. I don't know if you can see that. Add that in. 2 star anise. And once you have all this collected together, this is where you have to move over to the stove. Now, place it on the stove at medium-high heat and whisk until the sugar dissolves. Oh god, it's so thick. Once it starts to boil, take it off high heat and put it on low simmer heat for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, remove from the heat, and then we strain it into, it says to strain it into an airtight container, but I don't actually think you need to put it in an airtight container. I think you just need to put it into something that you can then refrigerate, because it says to refrigerate it for 12 hours after this. So I'm going to very carefully, I should do this over the sink, but I'm going to do it over here. There we go. So yeah, we're just going to strain out all the solid stuff. Now you should be left with a nice yellowy coloured syrup, or syrupy stuff. Not quite a syrup yet, that'll come in a bit. Now we need to juice all of the citrus fruit that we zested earlier. So we'll just work away at juicing these, and in total you should end up with about a third cup, or 1/3 cup. If you can see that, I don't know if you can see that. It says a little 1/3 on there. 1/3 cup worth of juice in total. Something that the Vidiot people did that I thought was weird is that they used a mandarin orange, or what we just refer to as a mandarin, we don't even call them oranges, as the orange component of this beverage. I would never juice a mandarin myself. Seems like a very strange kind of fruit to juice just because of the way it's structured. Like an orange juices, you know? Mandarins don't really juice the same way. Yeah, perfect. That perfectly filled the 1/3 cup of orange juice, or of juices, sorry. Add that to this. Now this is where the recipe's gonna differ. Because we don't have browning sauce here, which apparently is just burnt sugar, I'm having to use treacle instead. The reason I thought I'd use treacle, I almost went out and bought molasses, but the reason I'm using treacle or theoretically molasses is because the browning sauce is only actually used for coloring the drink. You know, Coke normally comes as a brown colored liquid, so this is not brown at all. This is very, very yellow. So you add the browning sauce to cola to give it color, and because the flavor isn't we're not interested in the flavor, and because browning sauce is just burnt sugar, it's essentially caramel. It's like a kind of burnt sugar. I just thought I'd use a dark colored sugar thing. This is, yeah, treacle. This is what, that looks like it's reversed on in my view, but yeah, we use treacle. We're gonna use treacle anyway. Very viscous, like browning sauce, and it's basically just sugar. Jesus Christ. We'll wait for that to simmer down a little. Yeah, so hopefully this should give it its color, which is what we're looking for. My only hope is that it doesn't overpower the flavors, because treacle is quite strong flavored. Same with molasses. I've never tried browning sauce, so I have no idea what it's like. But apparently it's it's actually quite savory tasting. It doesn't taste sweet like this, so this might actually be better. I would have got caramel. Oh God, I would have tried to get caramel food coloring just instead, because that's all you actually need. But they seemingly don't make caramel food coloring here, so let's just push that and put that in right there. Oh, get the spoon. Sorry, I would give you my view of the cooking experience, but I'm using my phone as a camera, so I don't really have any way to hold it. I'm using one of those car hands-free holding things as a tripod at the moment. Okay, so mix that in. So that should give it its color, which is what we're looking for from that. Should look much more like cola. And before we do anything more, we need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we go. So yeah, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And now you should just be able to mix this all together. All you need to do is mix it. There's a few things still floating in here, but it's mostly just like bits of the lemon and lime and stuff. I'm not going to worry too much about that. But the color looks really good, actually. Much better than a lot of the other people's colors when they made it. It's not quite the same red-brown that Coca-Cola is. It's got a little bit more yellow in there, but it looks really good. All that's left to do now is that we have to leave this to cool, and then once it's about room temperature, we cover it up with something. I'm just going to use some what we call Glad wrap, or I don't know, cling wrap, I think is what it's called overseas. And then stick this in the fridge for about 12 hours. So you're going to want to leave this in the fridge for like maybe overnight or whatever. So I'm going to wait till sort of around dinner time or something, cover it up, stick it in the fridge, and then tomorrow we'll make some actual Coca-Cola from it, or Nuka Cola, sorry. We're making Nuka Cola. the part we've made here is the syrup. So you're gonna want to put this with carbonated soda, or, you know, soda water, or it's specified seltzer water, but you can just use soda water or any kind of liquid you'd use to make soda of any kind, and this should do just fine. But I'll see you back in my room for a cool glass of Nuka Cola. Alrighty, so it's the next day. We made our Nuka Cola. It's not the color I was expecting. It's a little more yellow, a little less brown like the syrup was. But whatever the case, let's give it a taste. It's not like any cola I've ever tasted, personally. It's very star anise. I can definitely taste the treacle, which could have been throwing off the flavor a little bit. But I can definitely taste... the things I can taste are the star anise, the sugar. But the citrus kind of disappeared a little bit. It's definitely there, but I think the anise, the star anise, is kind of the most powerful flavor there, which is sort of almost a licorice-y flavor, which I know a lot of people don't like. I happen to enjoy licorice, so I'll still drink this. But it's not what I was expecting, honestly. But that's alright, that's okay. It's not supposed to be Coke, it's supposed to be Nuka Cola. But I would kind of expect Nuka Cola to taste like Coke, to be fair. Whatever the case, this was an interesting video to record. I started in the kitchen. I had like the craziest setup that I've ever done myself. I had like my camera at first sitting on top of two stacked it's like stands, so that it could have a high shot, so it could include my face and the bench below me. And then I had this mic plugged into a laptop that I hardly ever use. The laptop didn't have the sound recording software on it, it wasn't working properly, so I had to use OBS and record a 10 by 10 pixel video with 10 frames a second and then this audio going through it. And then, just to be safe, I had the wireless mic plugged into this computer, so the wireless mic was going through the wall to the kitchen area. Hopefully one of the audio options sounds okay. But the whole point of this side video, I don't know why I chose Fallout of all things, because it's not really representative of the channel, but the whole point of this video was to say, thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for 300 subscribers, it's crazy. So sort of overnight, that was a few weeks ago now, sort of like overnight we suddenly reached 300 subscribers, and I sort of scrambled a little bit to try and find something to do for the celebration video. There is still something else I want to do, I've been wanting to do since we hit 100 subscribers, but for now, this'll do for our celebration. Thank you all for coming around, thank you for subscribing to me. I hope you're enjoying the content that we're doing at the moment. The channel is doing the best that it's ever done. Like, even during the boom period right at the start of the channel, around sort of August last year, as of about late October, so like the 20th of October or something like that, the channel surpassed the all-time highest watch time, and it boomed in subscribers, of course, mainly because of the raid that we had, but it's the biggest boom that we'd ever had for the channel. Previously we had a big one for the Geometry Dash stream, but even before that, the VNN mentioning the mod and the channel thing was still the biggest boom that we'd ever had. But lately, with the raid and just the general progress of the channel, is the best we've ever done. So, thank you all so much for subscribing. Thank you for sticking around. Here's to the next 100, I guess. We're sort of already not quite a fifth of the way there just yet, but we're heading quickly towards 400 as well. Here's to the next 100. This drink is a little bit Christmassy. That's what it reminds me of. It's the star anise reminds me of Christmas. Let me know if you want me to do any more like IRL videos like this. I thought I'd end the IRL video I wanted to end it at my desk so that we could just sit down and have the nice recording software set up. But I also decided that I'd take off the mask and chroma key that I usually have for my background. So you're also getting a little glimpse into the room behind me, behind my desk. So yeah, that's the blue screen that I use to chroma key myself out. And I usually just have a mask that cuts me off like that, and cuts like a square like that. So yeah, I'm taking all the curtains down and you're getting to see all behind the scenes. You get to see my portal gun up there, and you might be able to just glimpse my gravity gun up there. And all my other junk that's all around, and the VR thing here. But whatever the case, that'll do for today. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. As I said before, like, let me know if there's any other, like, you want me to cook something else, you want me to do something else IRL, you want to see something else. Yeah. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments, let me know on Discord, wherever. I'll think about doing them. Because it takes me a long time to get everything set up. I had to buy... one of these to hold my camera, to hold my phone. It's designed for, you know, putting it... It's a hands-free thing designed for inside a vehicle. But I needed something that I could position the phone with, you know, some sort of like... And nowhere around where I live sells tripods. Well, phone tripods, that is, but still. Until the next milestone video, thank you so much for watching, and as always,